We're Gina and Steven with Live Deeper 10X, and we're traveling the world one house sit at a time. If you missed out on our last video, we learned about the ongoing debate of the oldest pub in the world. In today's video, we start a 3-day series on our exploration of London. With an amazing mini food tour of Chinatown. Stepping into the creative world of Harry Potter. And exploring the edgy underground world of Leek Street.
But before we see those cool sights, it's time for some water. We're going to Venice.
What? I thought we were in London. London Krispy Kreme, and Steven will be partaking today.
Hello. Can I get one of your sprinkles and one of your original glazed? As we make our way through the London subway, we head over to My Little Venice. We hear this was a true hidden gem in London.
Walking the canals and peeking into these long, beautiful barge boats, I'm reminded of our life in our tiny trailer and the minimalist life we adopted. Sure seems like a unique way to live. So we're in Little Venice, which is a little subdivision in Paddington, and it's kind of a cute little area. I mean, it really does. It's got lots of houseboats and cafe boats, and you can actually rent little boats that if you want to. You spend about €90 or 90 pounds to travel through the waterways here. And
they're actually big boats.
Yeah, you can
huge
actually,
ones that are like 40 feet long.
But then you have the smaller ones that you can have like a family of 5 or 6 actually. So there were some, and they had little tables, and you can actually maneuver those yourself. You don't have to hire anybody to do it, which would be kind of fun.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
Some of the areas on these canals are really narrow, so I don't know that I would want to try and drive it.
Oh, we'll do it sometime. So.
For about a century, it was known as London's Venice, and then right after World War II, they kind of dubbed it Little Venice. Seems to have extracted a little bit of the coolness, I think, from the name. But
yeah, a little bit. But it is interesting because Robert Browning, who's a famous author and poet, when his wife died, he moved back here. So behind us is actually Browning's Pool, and they named it affectionately after, I guess he named it. I don't know if he named it or...
That's the debate.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, some people think that Lord Byron named it Little Venice kind of as a spoof.
Yeah, as a joke. So you know those English. They have quite the sense of humor. So it's a great little place to check out. We're trying to find the hidden gems in London that are not traditional. So definitely worth coming down to visit, get a cup of coffee. If you have time to do the canals, walk the canals. There's lots of really beautiful houseboats with people who live on them full time. We actually have one right behind us that has solar panels on the top, which is kind of cool. Nice. So yeah, so check out Little Venice in London. Next, we find ourselves in the theater district of Piccadilly Circus. Think Times Square of London.
I love it when the streets tell us which way to look. It saved our lives many times. Onward to Chinatown, London for a mini food tour. Gina read up on some famous food spots, and we are prepared to eat. We went to G Chicken in Chinatown in London, and Gina just said, oh my gosh.
It is, oh my God, Steven. Okay, so it's incredibly light batter around the outside. This is a Taiwanese chicken that's been like featured all over Instagram. I felt like, well, we're in London, we might as well try it. Let's see how crazy good it is. And we got the popcorn shrimp, and then we got something called the melted. And you have like a variety of different spices that you can put on it. And they recommended the plum spice. So we put the plum spice on the chicken, the popcorn shrimp. And then the melted chicken has cumin on it, which of course is my favorite spice. I'm not sure, is it your favorite spice?
I don't know, it's fine.
Oh, so we're gonna give this a try. It is fantastic. Oh my gosh. And then we got bubble tea. Very, very unique to China. And you probably see it more in like Thai restaurants. You see a lot of these in Thai restaurants. So kupacha is, kupacha is what they called it, is something I also found on Instagram that they said you had to try when you came to London's Chinatown. So this is their signature that they recommend because this is our first time trying it. And then we got a passion fruit oolong tea as well.
A little warning on the bubble tea. The straws are really big for a reason. It's so that you can suck up all the little tiny bed pillows which are at the bottom of the drink. So please be aware that that's coming your way.
These little guys.
Yeah.
There's little gels at the bottom. It's a little bit of a texture experience, I think. Don't you think?
Yeah, a little added fun.
Yeah. Not quite used to that. We're at the Bun House here in Chinatown, and another amazing place that people have recommended that we try. There's a lot of different options that you can get for your buns. They're actually quite big, so I would say if you want to try one first, because the others might be more than enough for one person. And I'm getting the chicken bun, so I'm excited to try it, and it's very unique to this area. I believe it's part of the China culture. I can't believe it's Chinese. I think it's Chinese culture specifically. We've got a great mixture here in Chinatown: Taiwanese, Filipino, Chinese. So lots of great options available to you for the Asian culture here to try.
I don't have any idea what this is, but to touch it is very fun. Watch.
It's like the Pillsbury Doughboy. I wanted the chicken curry, but they didn't have any. So they did. I just had to wait 10 minutes and I wasn't in the mood to wait. So I got instead the lamb. It's got all these beautiful like spices inside, and it's really soft. You can feel like the bread is really soft. Actually, you feel like you're stepping back in like time. You can totally taste all the textures of the different meat and the spices. The bread tastes a little bit like when you used to eat Wonder Bread and it would stick to your teeth. So, very good. You wanna try? So we're at Mama San's, which is a Filipino ice cream place.
In fact, the sign on the door says Europe's first Filipino ice cream parlor.
Yes, yes, and so we're excited to give this a shot. I have to tell you that the black ice cream is very interesting. It's actually a coconut ice cream.
It's coconut and it's black because it includes activated charcoal.
Oh, I didn't read that part.
Yeah,
oh,
well,
very
no,
cool.
that's what she said. So
okay.
We had to give it a shot, and then the purple
is ube, right? It's a vanilla.
Ube,
which is a vanilla ice cream, but of course typically our vanilla ice creams are usually white in America. Here they're purple.
Yeah, it's called earthly vanilla, so we had to give it a shot.
But let's tell you a little bit about the fact that this is not actually dirty ice cream. This is actually part of the Filipino story that they used to have people that would walk around giving out ice cream, and they would tell the children, that's dirty ice cream, you can't have that.
Yeah, it would be like She said their uncles would have the carts and they would walk around the streets to sell the ice cream, but the moms didn't want them to get that ice cream, so they said it's dirty.
Yeah.
But she assured us it's not dirty.
Yes. So we're gonna give it a try. Here, I'll let you go first. We're trying the charcoal one first.
Delicious. It's cleaning me from the inside out.
Okay, I'm gonna try this one. It's very, very creamy.
Yeah.
It's a very creamy ice cream, and it doesn't have a lot of sweetness to it, so there's not a lot of aftertaste. You notice that?
Yeah.
That you can actually taste the vanilla.
Yeah.
The other one has a coconut kind of sweetness to it, but it's not really, really, really sweet.
Yep. And now we're gonna stop filming so we can eat.
Yep.
Here we go. Neil. So, I'm going to turn this into dubstep.
So I'm on a mission to try the last in our food tour, and I know it won't disappoint. Well, I saw Cookie Monster, and that looks amazing.
So this Cookie Monster one is actually a collaboration that we have with Peanuts. So it comes with an original waffle, scooped with a chocolate chip cookie starter. And we'll have whipped cream and chocolate crunches. We'll have a little Snoopy shortbread and a little chocolate lava as well.
I want that.
All right.
That sounds perfect. This is another very popular place here in Chinatown. When you come, you need to go to the Bubble Waffle shop. It's the original Bubble Waffle shop. Bubble Waffles are actually street food from Hong Kong that back, I think in 2015, the Imperial College students decided to do a pop-up and to bring back the waffle, the Bubble Waffle, and it's an egg waffle. So it's actually just like a regular waffle cone, I guess you could say, but it's a bubble wrap. So it's got an egg consistency to it, but they put a little bit of a shift to it because usually in Hong Kong they don't put ice cream. They usually put like food, other kinds of meat and stuff. This, they've decided to add gelato and obviously more for the Western palate like myself. So I got the cookies, the Cookie Monster, and it's actually in partnership with the Peanuts company, I guess, from Charles Schultz, and so you've got a little Snoopy cookie here at the top, some chocolate on the top, whipped cream, and then some chocolate chip cookie ice cream or gelato inside. So I will not be finishing all of this. As much as you think I will not be finishing all of it.
Is it good?
My heart, I heart you.
Oh, very nice.
So as you probably remember from our Scotland video, we're not big Harry Potter people, although I'm more intrigued now since I've been in Scotland and London that I need to watch all of Harry Potter. And we just visited Mina Lima. Is that what it's called? Mina Lima? It's a gallery here in Soho in London that started with two of the staff members that met on the set of one of the episodes. I don't know which one it was, but it was very cool because they did all of the letters, all of the tickets. They designed all of those things for every Harry Potter movie, and they were able to keep several of those original props, and they moved them over to this gallery. So if you find yourself in Soho, it's a perfect place to come and check out the original paper artifacts that they have of the Harry Potter series. It's kind of a cool little place to visit. You feel like you're stepping back in time.
And they met on the Chamber of Secrets, best known for doing the graphic props for all the Harry Potter films. So they did things like the letters, posters, packaging, tickets, the list really goes on. They did all the really small visual. Yeah, so if you look at the Whomping Willow, it's a bit wee, but it's actually missing an H. The Whomping, whereas later on it was reprinted with an H. It's very small, though, so if you zoom in you can see it.
Okay.
And then on the front of the map, it says Mooney, start with an E, whereas later on it was reprinted with just the Y. And the reason why there's an E is actually an inside joke, because somebody who worked on the sets was called Mooney, but with an E.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
In my heart,
I know, we said hidden gems only, but on our walk we found ourselves at Buckingham Palace. So we're at Buckingham Palace and I really have to go to the bathroom, and I was wondering if you think the Queen would let me in to go to the bathroom if there's any toilets in the area.
If you ask.
Kindly. Yeah, I'm just gonna knock on the door. Is it okay if I go to the bathroom? They have a big knocker.
We're off to the final stop on our day, which is an edgy, off the beaten path spot.
So we're standing in the Graffiti Tunnel, also known as Leek Street Tunnel, here under the Waterloo Station in London. And it started back in 2008 during the Cannes Festival. Here in London, graffiti is against the law. You're not allowed to do graffiti art anywhere except here in the tunnel. Now, I suspect there's probably still a lot of graffiti happening around the city, but this tunnel in particular is really unique because people come from all over to just do all sorts of amazing creative graffiti art. In fact, right in front of us, there's a group of people that are actually decorating walls as we speak. So if you wanted to come down here, bring your spray paint cans and do some graffiti art, you're totally allowed to do it and it's legal. And you know, the other thing is, the interesting thing about it is that it started in the Cannes Festival based on Banksy. And if you haven't figured out who Banksy is, he's a very kind of ethereal graffiti artist that people have yet to actually see in person. And he has beautiful pieces of graffiti art kind of positioned all over the world. So in 2008, he actually started the whole Banksy graffiti art down here in this tunnel. So it's a great off the beaten path kind of thing to check out here in London. So when you're coming, get off the Waterloo Station, take a left and go underneath the Waterloo Station and you'll catch a glimpse of all the beautiful artwork that's down here.
And it really is off the beaten path. It's not like it's unknown because you see the people behind us, but even our cab driver didn't know what it was or where it was.
That's right.
We turned her onto that.
Yeah, Graffiti Tunnel, Leek Street, underneath the Waterloo Station. Come check it out. After a very long day of walking, we finished at the iconic London Eye. It really was a beautiful day full of food, sights, and culture. Thanks for watching and stay with us for our next video where we climb high and continue eating our way through London.
Come on, guys. Just spicy one. Spicy.
I'm trying to be mindful of the video thing.
Are you taking cabin footage?
This.
So, I was telling Gina that she's stubborn, and her immediate response was, "I'm not stubborn." And
because nobody likes to be called. That's not a kind thing to say.
there are plenty of times in my existence when I am stubborn. I can admit that. Totally fine. I can admit that.
Good for you, honey. You're so much more evolved than I am. Here's the deal. Stephen and I have spent 5 months together uninterrupted. And in many ways, when you spend that much quality time with somebody, we get on each other's nerves. And this is one of those occasions where I think I'm getting on his nerves because I'm not doing what he wants me to do.
Did you get the passive-aggressive nature of that comment? There's nothing she's doing that is outside of what I want her to do because I'm not in control of what she does. I don't even have a list of things that I want you to do. So Gina is tired and her feet hurt, which they should from lots and lots of walking. So one good approach to that historically is to sit down and rest for a little bit.
Which we're doing.
But long before that, it's like, no, let's just keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going, let's keep going.
I love you, Stephen.
I love you, Gina. Buggy baby, buggy bumpers.
Beautiful barge boats, beautiful barge boats.
What did who's the guy you never like because he's always in his tighty whities and his yeah, what did he do is when he was the newscaster loosening his lips?
I don't know how to put that in there.
What's his or her name?
Miyagi.
Miyagi. How old?
12 weeks.
Beautiful. All right. Have a great day.